My name's Craig Scheef. I'm a founder and managing director of Technical Investing. We're a funds management business, been going for about 20 years. My background's in finance and accounting. Started out with KPMG, moved across to a big boutique funds manager in Sydney for 10 years, and have a real passion for investing, helping people, helping businesses. Love my family, have 3 kids, and grew up in the country, moved to the city, so love both the country and the city, and enjoying life. As a businessman and entrepreneur, we have lots of ups and downs. It can be quite an isolating thing, running your own business. And so I've found over the years that, there's been periods of time where everything works really well and periods of time where that's not quite the case. And so I came across the new Mavericks when I was in a period where I just felt I'd just been through some years earlier, an exceptional period where everything I touched seemed to work really well. And then I just seemed to be in a period where everything was just off a little bit. And the decisions I was making just didn't seem to quite hit the mark. And so I started looking for something that could, I thought, help put me back on track. Because I invest in a lot of businesses, and there's often sometimes some turmoil in those businesses. We try and invest them at a low point. Things need to be changed. And the markets themselves can be very volatile. And whilst I felt I was quite good at detaching myself and making decisions, with that stress around me, I felt meditating and working with the new Mavericks, I was able to get to the point where I could detach myself more. I still had those emotional feelings, but it was a little bit like a helicopter looking down and not getting caught up in those situations. And so that enabled me, I think, to make better decisions from a calmer state. And that's what I was looking for. When it comes to investing in businesses, you're really investing in the people. And sometimes I think I should have been a psychologist, and because everyone's trying to sell to you all the time. And I think through the process of what I've been working with the new Mavericks is my mind's been more settled to work out, is this the person I want to entrust our capital with? And so there's been situations more recently, because I've been doing this for a number of years now, where we've felt exceptionally confident about the caliber of the person that we're investing in. We liked the business, how they were operating, but we had added confidence in the person, which enabled us to take larger positions, and those positions have worked very well. We've also been in situations where we really liked the business, we really liked what they were doing, but felt the leadership wasn't there. It was just a bit of an innate feeling. And I think that came from the point now of being more settled in my mind. And we were able to walk away from those. And generally those businesses have struggled. So it's been very useful from that point of view. One thing I really like about investing is it's always changing. It doesn't matter how many decades you've been doing it for, something's always new and different. And markets are always quite dynamic, and particularly at this point in time, whilst I've been doing this for 20 to 30 years, this is very fast moving, and there's more changes now than's happening ever before. And we've been recently through quite a lot of volatility as well, lots of changes. But it's interesting, I've probably felt the calmest I've felt in those sorts of situations than ever before. And lots of people seem very frantic and trying to make decisions, and I think it's this ability to detach myself now and look at the situation and assess it calmly, very calming, and it feels like I can make those decisions from a much peaceful, better decision-making place because of the work that I've been doing. It's also been interesting is what I've been noticing more recently is that I seem to be attracting more of the people that I'm wanting to bring into my life are starting to come into my life. And I'm also noticing that peers, meetings that seem to be a little bit more interested in my point of view. And I'm also finding that some comments from those outside work people close to me that are also commenting a bit more on my calmness, and that, I just seem quite happy in my world. I really like the saying that you don't know what you don't know. And what I've found with Paolo and Ramon is they've brought a new way of thinking into my world, and it's allowed me to assess things differently. It's allowed me to look at things, I think, from a calmer, more detached point of view. And I think whether that's in work or private life, that adds a lot of value. So for me, it's that ability to look at things just that little bit differently and to look at it from a calm point of view and take out a lot of that noise. And I think, that's useful, private, business, any part of your life. And it's a skill some people have pretty naturally. And for the majority of the world, though, I think it's a learnt skill. And I feel very fortunate to be going down that path.